tweeted it, and now copy it and put it in the Discord. Oh no, it's supposed to read public live stream number 28. Edit the video real quick. Number 28, not number 27. There we go. There we go. Hello, everybody. We just got to wait for the people to come. It would help if I shared the link. There we go. All right, we're all set up. Oh no, I just realized something bad. We'll cross that line when people start showing up, but I just realized something really bad. Shoo. All right, this is going to be an interesting live stream that I just realized something. Just waiting for people to join. Smash 'em up mashups. That is actually what I realized I goofed here. In the meantime, how about some doodles? Well, I have proceeded to make a goof, and it turns out that this computer I'm on doesn't have a drawing tablet set up on it, so I can't draw anything right now. I'm kind of stuck. It also doesn't have Photoshop, so even if I did have a drawing tablet, I don't have a program to draw it on. So there might be a period in this meeting where I literally mute my microphone and I scramble downstairs and get like the tablet and see if I can set it up here. But yeah, I'm kind of without a drawing tablet right now. So I didn't realize that. My bad. The drawing tablet I do own is, downstairs on a different computer, which I probably should have set up the live stream on that computer instead. Oh well, I can sing the the Super Nintendo man. Can you sing the Teenage Robot theme song? Well, my voice, I'm a terrible singer, so if I did, it would be horrible. So we'll see if some people show up first. Green Gold. Wait, you have two computers. Well, I have the computer I own, like my computer on my desk, and then I'm at my family's house for the summer until I go back to college, personally. And then I got the family computer that the drawing tablet is like hooked up to right now. So, oops, because that computer has Photoshop. This one does not. I tried to load my old Photoshop program on it, but apparently CS5 doesn't work on the iMac anymore because of like how updated it is. Hey, someone's here. Hi, Nick. I forgot my drawing tablet. How are you?
What?
It's currently downstairs. I need to go get it if I'm gonna draw something.
Why did you forget your tablet?
Yeah, I forgot it. I'll probably go get it in a little bit. Yeah, I'm really thinking about going to get it and then I might as well, since this is probably going to be a thing, I'll go and download GIMP, which is an awesome free drawing program.
GIMP.
Yeah, GIMP. This program I'm on, this what do you call it?
Like you're using GIMP for this?
Well, yeah, if
with the mouse?
No. Well, first of all, I can draw with a mouse, but this computer I'm on, since it's the most recent Mac program, it is Mojave. Yeah. Since it's Mojave, it no longer runs Adobe CS5. Adobe CS5 was made in like 2011, I think. Way just about almost 10 years ago, around 8 years ago now.
If there's an artist software, you can try it as well.
Yeah. So my Adobe programs no longer work on this computer, but so that's why I don't have Photoshop. But my main problem is that I don't have my tablet, because there's plenty of free drawing programs out there that can serve just as well as Photoshop. It's just I don't have the drawing tablet with me. So if I draw, I'd be drawing with my mouse. Which would
oh no! Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know how it was back then.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm drawing like this Woodstock kind of character, and still, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Whether I draw with an actual tablet, it's pressure. Everything just clicks.
Yeah, I'm installing GIMP right now, so I'll have a drawing program on this computer now, which will be useful.
We can't use MS Paint, John Wimmers.
Use a mouse with MS Paint. Ironically enough, I cannot use MS Paint because that is a Microsoft program and I have a Mac. But I can use Sketchbook, which is another kind of crappy drawing program that is for Macintosh.
Just get Windows 7 and MS Paint, man, says Green Gollad, and play some 3D pinball on stream.
Oh, thank you, Mamu TV. I got a special guest with me.
Sorry. Huh?
That's a dog.
Did you recognize him now? He doesn't do sunglasses.
I'm being Steve with what?
As I'm waiting for this program to load. Anybody else really anticipating a new movie that's coming out in 3 days? A random late because of schedule conflicts, namely Comic-Con was this weekend, so a lot of people were at the con. And hey, it's Memorial Day, so we'll have it on Memorial Day. Yay! Amazing Mistle Gaming, are you guys still accepting original characters? Well, it's more so like you audition with your character as a character designer, and then we're like, hey, you can be on the crew. And then once you're in the crew, you're like, hey, I have this idea for a character. What do you guys think? And then you submit the character design like that, and then we all talk about it, and then we like decide whether or not we use it or not. But if we were to accept new characters, it'd be for season 5. Because season 4 we're locked in with the story outline, and then we're very close to being done with the 2 remaining scripts. And at that point, we'll be all done writing season 4. I'll flip a table.
Finally! And then season 5.
Yeah, and then we can talk about season 5 with the It's the story and stuff. But yes. Electric Boogaloo 3000 XL, Master Second Chapter, Final Chapter, and Knuckles.
Knuckles.
All hail the king, yes. I can't wait. Anyway, draw Jenny on screen via permanent marker.
What?
That is
No.
something I've never done before. I've never done a. I don't have a webcam, unless I use a built-in one for the Macintosh, but it's angled at my face, not angled what I've had when I'm drawing. GIMP is almost done installing. Just verifying.
Swimming Warrior 3S. I'm getting into Kim Possible. MLaaTR crew. If you have a chance, would you do Kim Possible Rebooted?
With all due respect, Samurai Warrior 3, no, I would not. Well, first of all, I don't think when this is all said and done, I don't really want to get into the. I want to see. I think I speak for a lot of people in the crew. Once this rebooted thing is done, all said and done, I want my hobby to be more something of something that I created. Like, this is my own story. This is my own character, whatever, my own world, whatever that may be. Versus oh, I'm gonna write a story about something that's already inside this little same world. So once Teenage Robot's over, I don't really want to do the reboot game anymore, at least for a little bit. And on top of that, as for Kim Possible specifically, I'm fairly certain Kim Possible ended. Like, it wasn't canceled. It was it had a conclusion. Like, they had a final episode. This is the series.
They had it twice, actually. Like, the
Yeah,
movie was supposed to wrap up, and then the actual series finale.
Right. They had a series finale movie that they thought was going to be the series finale, but then Disney was like, "Oh no, we can have another season." And then they had another season, and then they had another series finale. So that, I think Kim Possible is a pretty good example of a story that ended okay. Like, it wasn't canceled without it ending. It was it wrapped up itself. But I wouldn't really want to reboot that. But the nice bow tie. I don't want to untie it. Creeper 351. Oh god, what if they made a live-action Teenage Robot movie? They would have to change Jenny's design because her design would not work in live action. That giant circle head on a very thin body that would, with a little kind of triangle body, accounting for the legs, it would not work in live action. So you'd have to go for a more Iron Man style, where it's very. Not like it's a suit, but it's I guess Attila Battle Angel would be a better example, where it's more realistic. And I would say get Edgar Wright to direct it, or whoever's the guy who directed. Who's the guy who just directed Aquaman? That guy. That was more of a fun movie than a serious action movie. And it was very over the top and bombastic. That's something. That'd be the style of what a teenage. That's how a Teenage Robot movie would work. Nico Arson Institute. We do not speak of that here. Or Speed Hog 58. No, see, the problem with the Sonic movie is that they... Oh, God. That's what happens when you go to...
Realism?
For too much realism. That's too much realism.
Hey, at least they're pushing it back until February, so that way...
No, let me scratch that. I want to restate, because that's not exactly what happened. What happened was, with Sonic the Hedgehog, is that they tried to do a design that was cartoony and at the same time realistic. So they gave him like, so they saw that the cartoon had like an anthropomorphic body where it's kind of, you know, long legs, long arms like a human, and then like a weird animal head. So they're like, okay, we'll do that in a realistic one, but we'll give it like a realistic texture and stuff. So they gave him a human body with furry everything, and then a big weird head. That doesn't work. You can't do that. You can't have cartoony proportions. That's the main thing they did wrong. They did cartoony proportions and then realistic everything else. You can't do that. You have to, like, as much as I wish Detective Pikachu went a little further with realism and made the designs a little more like, what if they're from Earth and like they have Earth-like animal features. You know, as much as I wish they did that, I will say that they made the 2D designs work in 3D at like a realistic setting, because they knew like, okay, what's a good example? Oh, Mewtwo for crying out loud. No, you know what? I'm sorry. A better example. Jigglypuff. They saw Jigglypuff and they're like, okay, this thing is a giant fuzzball in the original show, but you know, we can't literally make it look like what it does look like in the original show. We have to, like, instead of just a big round circle, it has to have fur. It has to have like all this detail and texture. That big fuzzy thing at the big curl on its forehead isn't legit going to be a curl. It's going to be like a giant weird plushy curl. It's going to be hair that naturally forms a curl. That's like, see, that they update that and they made it like fit real proportions. Meanwhile, you got Sonic the Hedgehog that has human lips and human teeth, and it's like, that's no, not how you do it. Anyway,
Chris Robin also did it too with, you know, they wanted to go back into the toys of Christopher and Robin Milne actually had, and then put that with the 1960s Pooh designs.
GIMP. Yeah, okay, I'm listening.
So it's
All right.
like, so Pooh's design is basically the same, except it's still Pooh. It's a teddy bear, but it's Pooh.
Yeah, that I mean, a few of them terrified me. Stigger. Did I say Stigger? Tigger.
Tigger!
I still hate his eyes. The Pooh design I warmed up to. That's like, all right, that's all right, fine. But Tigger, I still hate his eyes. I hate how they're human eyes. It freaks me the hell out. But if they were just black eyes, like a normal stuffed animal, I'd be fine with it. But they made them just like they're like real toys, and so that made sense. Granted, I haven't watched Winnie the Pooh since I was like, what, in 3rd grade? Not even. I want to say 1st grade. But, you know. All right, so not seeing the all right, so I'm just learning GIMP again because I haven't used GIMP in such a long time. I'm not seeing the difference. I'm not seeing the difference between the paintbrush and the pencil. Is there a difference in how they function? Like, I'm not seeing, like, what's the difference?
I don't know. I
Hard
haven't used GIMP in like a decade.
Oh, okay. So the pencil tool is hard edge painting with a brush. So I don't think there's any smoothing to the pencil tool, where it's like every little mistake you make with the brush or your mouse is like implemented. Meanwhile, I'm fairly certain the paintbrush has a smoothing effect. Yeah, there it is, where the smooth stroke, where it'll smooth it out a little bit, I think.
At least that's when you're doing a mouse.
Oh,
drawing.
I'm sorry. That's the difference. I'm flipping back and forth between the two. I see it. The pencil tool doesn't have any force attached to it. It's set. Like if I had a pressure on right now, it would not change. But the paintbrush does have the pressure on it. So if I don't have it on right now because I'm using a mouse, but if I had my tablet, and since my tablet has pressure sensing, this paintbrush would also have pressure sensing. So it's literally just, okay, so I can it's basically like I can trade on and off the pressure sensing. But all right, that makes sense.
At least before you go and get your tablet.
Yes, there's going to be at some point in the stream where I just go downstairs and get my tablet and set it up here. Although I should probably do that soon because we're already about 20 minutes in. So, all right, yeah, I'm going to be BRB. I'm going to mute my microphone so no weird sound comes on when I'm away. But I'm going to go downstairs and grab my tablet and bring it back up and see if I can set it up here before the end of the stream and potentially draw something. Preferably, I'm probably going to draw something that I want to release on when King of the Monsters comes out because I'm really excited for that movie and I can't wait. It's so close. Anyway, be right back.
Oh gosh.
All right. All right. So let's answer some questions while he's away.
That also includes Zone.
Yeah, somebody's asking who Zone is, and let's see, how do I put this?
And
Zone.
The lantern guy also wants to see, oh gosh, a sequel to that parody. A random just once.
So for people who don't know who Zone is an animator in the deepest pits of the internet who takes good, wholesome cartoons and makes adult parodies out of them.
Using the actual audio sometimes, like the actual audio for the episodes of Teenage Robot, for example, it's like, oh gosh, what did they done? It's like, what did this person do? Like, Chainsaw, don't Google it.
Make sure you use Safe Search, and make sure you're not at work or school or anything.
Because it's not safe. It's not safe for work. It's not safe for children. It's not safe for school. It's oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, like, yeah, he does use, yeah, Zone uses audio is from its own because voice actors were being commissioned, but still.
Well, like in the parody videos, he uses the doctored audio from the actual shows, but he does have like OC characters that he uses voice actors for on his YouTube channel.
I turn my back.
Oh god.
Hey, they were asking. Don't blame me.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, I'm setting up my tablet right now. See if I can get this set up.
Well, Chainsaw, looks like you finally learned.
All right. Were there any questions?
My eyes.
No, just people asking about Zone.
Okay.
Oh gosh, and because a random lantern actually got it.
I mean,
all because a random lantern just wanted to see what in the Robot 2.
oh no. Yeah, no. Please no. The first one.
Oh, please. I'm not into that crap.
I mean, even if we're reviewing porn parodies, it wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
It was not. Anyway, keep it PG, everybody. All right.
PG.
Plug it in the computer. I think I gotta eject my. Check my external hard drive for a second because I need an extra port. Waiting for that to eject.
You guys hear my air conditioner?
Oh, it's going to tell me QuickTime's using it when it's not. I cannot.
All right, cool. Because it's like super loud right now.
I think Google Hangouts comes with a pre-installed like way of like noise removal.
Oh, wonderful.
I think it's like pre-installed where they automatically try to remove background noise. Because I just note that when I hear myself talk through Google Hangouts, my microphone is not as clear as it is. It sounds like there's a distortion effect, which usually is a telltale showcase. What's that word? Of a noise removal going too far. So it must be like an automatic. Oh, good. I don't even have to install a driver for that. That's awesome, I think. Oh, yeah, I do. I have to calibrate this thing. But it's almost there. I just got to install the driver for it on this computer, and then I'm all said and done.
Trust me, we won't have Zone be referenced in the reboot.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. All right, then look at questions. Someone asking if we're gonna show any fan animations in this series, but really the whole series is just a big fan animation.
The whole series of fan animation. But I would love it if I would love to do that. Like if there's another like fan made like little short or something, and we can just like tell like, hey, look, check this out, check it out. That'd be fun. I'd be fine with that. Just community stuff. Go check. Heck, I'd be okay with like showcasing art every once in a while. Like like somebody does like a fan art of Grub, Looper, and Weevil or something. Like, hey, check this out. This guy did that. Something like that. That'd be cool. I install what content. Green Gold. How many video game movies are you all aware are coming out soon? Well, I know Halo has that TV series coming up that's been in development hell for years, so not exactly excited for that because I don't think it's going to be very good. But I mean, I'll check it out because I'm a big Halo fan. Probably the reason why I'm also a big sci-fi fan is because of Halo.
Have you seen D-Tune's Teen series?
I have, yes, and it is cool. I just wish the audio was a little bit more. It was a little better. The audio kind of kills it, but the overall the animation is all really cool. It's just like I said, someone needs to do a better audio on it. All right, how does it work? Nope. Yes. Okay. My tablet is now fully functional. Did everyone else see that teen?
I saw a little bit of it. Assuming I know what you're talking about.
The Teen series by D-Tunes. It's got Jenny. It's got American Dragon on it. It's got Danny Phantom. Like
I seen that.
Yeah. All right, so now that I have my drawing tablet, I can take this, move it over to here, onto the drawing tablet. Now, seems to be working.
You probably need to restart the program. You probably need to restart the program so that way it actually works.
Yeah, possibly. I'm checking. I know it's working. Like this is my tablet that's drawing on it right now. Just seeing if I can get it so it's pressurized. Oh, that's just a notification that it was finished installing.
So apparently, Blue's Clues is getting a reboot.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, they announced that years ago. I think they had that whole
And
audition.
now they've also got a first look, first trailer, and somewhat release date. November 2019. Oh gosh, this is going to be something.
All right, well, I guess this is a temporary solution to my problem of not having a Photoshop program. I'm really trying to figure out how to get my pressure back. Can it not do pressure? I thought that was the whole point of
You need to
that.
restart the program for it.
Oh, there's an airbrush. The airbrush doesn't really work that well. All right, I'm gonna restart GIMP and just see what happens. And then after that, regardless, I'll start drawing. I'll start drawing something.
Cool. I might start drawing something too, actually.
I'm not just doing nothing.
And then everyone is also talking about the booth in the Dora the Explorer movie.
Oh, the what?
Dora the Explorer, the movie, they want Danny DeVito to be in.
Danny DeVito is Boots the Monkey.
No, but
It should be, what's the fox's name?
What? What'd you say? I'm sorry?
What was the fox's name?
Swiper.
Yeah, he should be Swiper. He'd be like, hey, I got your backpack. Go get it, little girl.
Instead, his voice in like Boots' voice is like, "Hola, Dora, I'm Boots the monkey."
Yeah, he's Danny Trejo.
He was supposed to appear in the Muppets Most Wanted, but as a cameo, but another worked like Walker.
Okay, I think I did a stupid. I was supposed to drag GIMP into my applications folder, so when I closed it, I have to reinstall it now. But hey, I'm almost there. I screwed up, but I'm almost there. I got the tablet in order though, so now I have a tablet without a drawing program. Previously, I had a drawing program without a tablet. So, progress, I guess. All right. Adam Sandler needs to be in the reboot. We'll have him do his 8 Crazy Nights voice with the old man.
Yeah, he should be the old guy who controls the weather.
How we on copy?
Hoagies and grinders, navy beans, a meatloaf sandwich.
Verifying GIMP one more time. It should be the last time it does that because it's now like reinstalling it and stuff. So it's almost ready to go. Yes, open it anyway, please. I know it's downloaded from the internet. I just downloaded it. Aha! All right, I'm back again on GIMP. File new, 1080p. All right. Now I can screen share. Move this on over there.
Nico Racing 2 is asking, will the reboot be a series on YouTube? Just to make sure.
We're going to start on YouTube, and if that doesn't work out, we're going to go to Vimeo, and if that doesn't work out, we go to Dailymotion. If that doesn't work out, we post on our own website. And if that doesn't work out, we just put the thing up for download and keep it that way.
Get the guy from My Life as a Teenage Robot fan base to voice a character. Don't quite know who you're talking about. There's a lot of guys from the Teenage Robot fan base.
There we go. I'm back. What was the question?
Somebody says, Eric, do the voice. I don't know what voice you're talking about.
Oh. Will Rob Renzetti's character cameo in the reboot, like Stanley in Marvel? Rob Renzetti himself, like as a voice, no. But we can probably throw in his character design every once in a while in the background. Because he has a Teenage Robot character design. He's been in the show before.
Yeah.
So we can probably do something similar. Still really awkward drawing like this, but it'll do. Does anyone? Let's see. What should I do?
Someone says, do your best Sheldon impression.
Do my best Sheldon. Me?
I don't know. I guess.
Hey, Jenny.
You're just like Captain Crush.
Here, I have a museum of Jenny in my room. My voice is high and pitchy because I'm going through puberty.
You're like a crush, only a girl.
You're a girl.
Another question: what is the release date for Activated Menace? The first step? No.
Activision
It's not.
Day.
Okay, Nico
It's
Arson.
Activision Day.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay, it's not the Activated Menace. That was the title of the parody of the April Fool's video. It's Activation Day. That's our normal. The Activated Menace was a play on words for Phantom Menace, like the episode, the Star Wars one. As for the animatic release of that, hopefully by the end of the summer, and then we can get a bunch of input on it, like we can get a bunch of like, hey, this story's going in the right direction, I like this, or then that sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully the animatic, which is like, I should clarify so no one gets like, oh, they're gonna release the whole episode of the no. It's gonna be the animatic, which is basically like the episode only in storyboard form, and you're watching it as a video, which is basically what an animatic is. You're watching the storyboard. You're watching it go through the storyboard as if it was the finalized video. And then we're going to get like a bunch of feedback, and then we'll use that feedback as on the other animatics that we're going to be working on. So yeah, hopefully by the end of the summer we'll be able to take a look at the animatic. I mean, I'll be okay with publicly releasing the first episode. It's not a big. The first episode is a prequel, so there's not like, oh my god, spoilers. It's like you know where they end up.
Speaking of spoilers, Nate, group chat.
What's up?
Look in the group chat.
Oh. Right, yeah. We're not revealing that to the public, but the animatic itself, we can we can show it. Because that was the original plan already. We're going to get feedback on it and stuff. Drawing challenge by Green Called. Draw Jenny using only a shape tool.
Ooh.
I'll take that try. Let's see if I shape tools. Is there like a stamper? No. I will draw Jenny using only peppers.
Oh no.
But I think he means like an oval shaped tool or something. And why does it randomly have a pepper? Or the GIMP sign. It has a random GIMP sign that I can use. That one has that for some reason has a paintbrush. Now it's holding now it's a flower. That's weird. Okay, stamp tool. Here we go. Evidently, there's only... Is there not just a normal shape tool? I thought there'd be like, oh, we got a star, I got a square, a triangle.
Oh gosh, this is my
It does
day.
not have that. I guess it doesn't have
Shapes
that. I
and
don't.
lines.
All right, I guess I'll do what I was originally a joke, but I guess
Here,
I
I'll do Jenny with the shape tool. You could do Danny DeVito in Teenage Robot style because I saw some.
I'll do it. I'll do, check it out. I'll do it. I'll do Jenny the robot using the pepper brush.
Oh gosh.
Do it. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, robot.
All right, so I'll do. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's such new thing. All right, so start with the head.
Oh gosh, I'm already seeing it. I'm losing it now. Okay. Yes.
That is a full pepper, right? Like I'm not.
What?
That is a full pepper, right? That's like that. I'm not confusing that with another food.
No, that is a pepper.
Okay, just making sure.
Looks like a pepper.
I don't eat peppers, so I just I looked like one. I just hoped it was. Okay.
Pepper just looks
so far.
stupid already.
All right. Okay, now erase some of the details in the face. Or the sketchy bits. Eraser. Can I erase with the pepper brush too? Oh my god, I can. I'm erasing with the pepper brush. It's like this, as I erase this little pepper.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh gosh!
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
Oh gosh! That is no!
All right, and now we draw a pepper mouth. And now a pepper body. Should I color correct it afterward, or should I just keep it green?
Oh gosh!
I never leave enough room for the legs. I always make that mistake in drawing Jenny. I always muck up and start drawing her head too low.
Oh gosh, Marlon St. Jerome on a bridge, dude. Yeah, maybe.
That'd be funny.
Days.
All right, well, that is Jenny the robot using peppers.
Wonderful.
Should I want to see, it would be all right. Oh, I can pattern fill it. Hold on. This is about to get even more hilarious. Oh boy. Okay. I'll use the rain as her blue.
Oh gosh, what is up with you?
And then I'll use... What can I use for white that's in this? How about marble for white?
Oh gosh!
I guess it's turning more and more gray, but it works.
Oh god.
Oh, and the blacks of her eyes will be granite. Although you can't really see it. Oh, I forgot her pigtails for the marble.
Jenny looks a little sick. She's a bit green.
Yeah,
green and blue are not combined. Oh man! What is
It's Jenny the
up with
robot
you
using
guys?
peppers and a texture brush or a texture fill. Let's put her in the jungle.
Oh gosh.
Yay!
Oh gosh.
Hold on, almost there. I got a stupid idea.
Hang on, this is going to be much better content.
Ooh, I like the spark brush, actually. That's actually a cool brush. I wish Photoshop had that brush. That's cool. But I'm going to use it for something stupid.
There we
go. It's perfect.
Oh gosh, I imagine what's going on.
Yes. Jenny caught Robo 8.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny. It must be my new wallpaper. I'll save it. I won't let it go to waste. I'll export as PDF, or not PDF, PNG.
There! A combination of a Danny DeVito and then Pepper. From it. I only imagine what. Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
DeVito Jennings.
Oh gosh!
I'm trying my best. I haven't used my tablet in a while, so I'm a little rusty.
This is a Danny DeVito Pepper with that
I got
Phil from Hercules. Did you know Animatic Goldberg actually saw Danny DeVito like do something with his lips and teeth, and so he incorporated that into the film? It's like a
what I do know is that R.J. Palmer.
kind of flips.
All I do know is that R.J. Palmer, who is a character designer for the Pikachu movie, the Detective Pikachu, he did all the realistic Pokemon too, that I really like. That I wish the designs were a little bit more inspired by in Detective. But I digress. And when he was designing Pikachu in that movie, there was a design that took a little bit more inspiration from Danny DeVito. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna find it real quick, and then I'll get back to the topic.
Oh, thank you, Barguti.
There it is. I found it.
Oh gosh.
All right, I'm gonna screen share it. This is okay. So this was in the concept art mode. This was concept art for Detective Pikachu by R.J. Palmer, and this was back when he went for a more Danny DeVito look, as if Danny DeVito was gonna voice the Pikachu. Here we go. There it is.
Amazing, actually.
Got Danny DeVito's neck folds in his forehead.
Not gonna lie, that's amazing.
All right, so back to the topic. I'll start drawing something legit now.
Gotta catch 'em all, you loser.
I accidentally screen shared the same thing. I meant to screen share that. There we go. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and post that PNG. Your artwork on the what better way to post it on the your artwork side of the forums, or of the
Discord.
Title it best wallpaper ever.
What, you're making it into a wallpaper? No! Don't make it into a wallpaper.
There it is.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. No, you didn't.
I did. Anyway, back to the topic. Where did the
topic? Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. There it is, the live stream. Okay, I found it. Draw. Ba-ba-da-ba. All right, so I'm gonna do just refresh because I want to start sketching something that I do want to do, and I like a legit actually. Discard changes. All right, I do actually want to get ready for Saturday, or at least Friday. I mean, being a Giants fan, I'm going to do file new one more time because I want to get this proportions right. 1440. 10. How about that? Yeah, this will work better. I want to do. Oop, I'm still on the spark brush. My bad. I want to do Jenny the robot versus. It's gonna be really weird, awkward drawing this, but right because of the brush mode. But oh well.
Jenny versus Godzilla.
Yes,
Right.
I want to do Jenny versus Godzilla. It is a movie coming out this Thursday. I can't wait, and this is good. This will satisfy my fanboy needs because heck, in celebration of that new movie, I can like go over the plot of the canceled crossover episode if I wanted to. The one where I can because I'm like I was said to myself, you can't do this, man. You can't do this. So I canceled it so I wouldn't embarrass myself. I'm making a fanboy episode of Teenage Robot where she meets Godzilla. I'll just do this art piece and would anyone be interested in going over that canceled plot? You'll never see it in the light of day. It'll be it will not be an episode of Teenage Robot. Never will. I guarantee it. Is anyone interested in that? Of hearing about the
Yeah, I'm actually interested about that actually.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can just start as I'm sketching this. I'll just start. I don't see a no, so I think I might as well just start. Okay, so story time. A long time ago, I was thinking of just general concepts and episodes of Teenage Robot, but back before this was even published, or I even went public with this reboot project, and I was just like working in my own pace and stuff. Back then, though, I was not only was I brainstorming ideas for season 4, but I was also like, tossing around some ideas for season 5. Some of those ideas are still going to be tossed around once we get to that little idea bin. I still have some of those ideas that I have in the idea bin are actually from when I was brainstorming ideas from Teenage Robot. So we'll get into that later. But one of those ideas, since I really like kaiju and stuff like that, I wanted to do an episode where because Godzilla appeared already in Teenage Robot, like you wouldn't just randomly appear in the universe. He has that cameo in Around the World in 80 Pieces. I wanted to do an episode where Godzilla invades Tremerton and Jenny has to deal with it. So the plot was that let's see, it was an outline, so it wasn't like a detailed episode that would happen, but the episode was, I'm trying to remember how it began. Okay, yeah, strange activity would be going on in the Bay area of Tremerton, right? It would be like this annual event that only happens every couple hundred years or so, and some strange activity is happening at the event or at the Bay of Tremerton or whatever. This was back before we had seismic shore as a thing where that's our official little beach location. So this is just literally Tremerton Beach or Tremerton Bay. So this was so strange activity was going on. Jenny was like investigating and stuff like that, and Tuck and everybody was down there playing at the beach or something. And all of a sudden, the waves start to part and stuff like that. But it's not Godzilla that shows up. It's this other kaiju that like this custom kaiju, this new kaiju, right? It's
royalty-free kaiju.
royalty-free new kaiju that we made would rise from the depths and start terrorizing. You're like, oh my god, that's what the stuff was. What is this thing? And they're like, oh, it's this ancient thing that's been around for a while, but now it's just rising here. And then so now they're like, so it terrorizes the city. Jenny tries to fight it. This giant thing is walking around. I don't even know. We didn't even have a design. I don't think we even had a design for it back then or anything like that. So she's like, it's like the first encounter, you know, like she tries to fight it. Nothing works since it's a kaiju and these things are like impervious to a bunch of different types of weapons. Skyway Patrol comes in. She's like, oh, here comes and then, but nothing works. So they have to retreat, and this kaiju is left in the city, and nothing works stopping it. So it's free to roam about and whatever. So she has to go. So then it does the Godzilla 98 thing and like disappears somehow because I didn't realize at the time that it was a stupid idea. You can't just have a giant freaking kaiju like that disappear. The world would know where it would be at all times. But anyway, it would disappear or something, and we'd have some downtime to like come up with a plan on how to stop this thing. And so she would go, and then it would be like a joke where it's like, oh, what better country to ask for advice about giant monsters than Japan? So they would go to the Japan Naval Air Force or whatever it is. And then they would ask, like, how do we deal with this thing? None of our weapons work. And then Japan, or like the Japan Naval Force, would be like kind of a hard ass about it because, you know, they're military grade people, not like they wouldn't be cartoony. They'd be like serious military grade that take their job seriously. They'd be kind of aggressive about it, and they'd be like, they would either this is the plot where it's still developing. We'd either go the Pacific Rim route and loan a giant mech for. This is why I canceled it. It's not only is it's over the top as hell, but we haven't even gotten to the Godzilla bit yet. Godzilla will show up here. Hold on, I'm getting to there. But this was the part where it would deviate from a Pacific Rim style Godzilla fight to or at least the giant robot thing, or versus just a natural kaiju fight, or no giant mechs involved. But here, where they would meet with the Japan base, they would either loan Jenny a giant version of herself, where it's like a Pacific Rim mech suit, where it's just a giant Jenny, or they'd basically go like, we can't help you. We're sorry, and you have to deal with this yourself. So that would be, they would just give her advice, you know? But the whole point of meeting with them would be like, they would warn her, like, you have to deal with this threat soon, though, because there are other creatures out there that will not take kindly to new kaiju or whatever, hinting at what's coming. And at that point, they would go back to Tremerton or whatever to deal with this thing. And at this point, and while they leave, they'd see like something in the water following them or something. And so when they get back to the kaiju, they got to stop it because this kaiju is now starting to get the downtown. So it starts invading downtown, and Jenny's like constantly trying to deal with it. Meanwhile, on the bay, the Skyway military is trying to prevent the thing from coming, and then there's like these two random military officers on deck. Trying to fire at it from the bay, which they're like dealing with, which is like the commentary where it's like the military is doing more collateral damage than the kaiju is. Who's the real they blame, that sort of thing. So as this is going on, Jenny is trying to stop or at least save people from the kaiju as it's happening. But over at the Skyway military on the water starts to rumble. They're like, "Sir, something's coming!" And then they look out in the distance and they see Godzilla's spines approaching, or like Godzilla is coming. And then, so they like it's starting to build up. So like we see his spines, and then Jenny is like, as she's fighting this giant kaiju thing, she looks out into the distance. and she sees a big shadow rising above the military. And suddenly we cut back to the military, where it's like, oh, they're fighting. They're this big shadowy thing is fighting the military. It's throwing boats around. It's oh man, there's a big blue beam of fire. It's like, what's that? And then so the military Skyway dude and the subordinate are arguing about what to do. It's like, what, sir, we can't do that. It's like, oh, you listen to me, soldier, we got to do this. But then nothing happens, because before anything can be done, a giant tail comes down and slams through the ship, and it forces the whole thing into the bay. And so Jenny's like, oh my god, she blasts down there. She the whole thing flips up, and like the whole battleship flips up in the air. She's got to catch it, like, this is the most detailed part, because this is the part that I thought about all the time back when this was like a concept of mine before I canceled it. But that's why I'm going so detailed here. This is just what happened. So then at that point, you'd see when she catches the thing, and it looks like she's like blocking this whole wave of water and shrapnel to come storming through the streets of Tremerton because of the. But then she looks like she saved it. But then a giant foot just looms over the entire, like, she's like holding this giant battleship thing, and that giant foot comes over the whole thing, and she's just like staring up at this giant foot that's coming over her, and then it steps down in front of her, and then at that point she realizes the thing is walking over her, and the tail is coming now and dragging on through it and bringing all this stuff, so she just drops the whole thing and blasts away before she gets caught up in this whole shrapnel mess. And she just sees that thing walking through. And then we get back to this kaiju, the original kaiju going through more destruction and stuff, like probably be through the eyes of like Brad or Tuck or someone over some other human. So they're like frantically trying to get away from this one kaiju. And then all of a sudden, Jenny is flying back towards them, following this new kaiju coming on. And a building starts to fall, and then everyone's panicking and screaming, and then through that building falling, something's coming through it, like through the trouble and the shrapnel and the dust and stuff. The kaiju turns to what's coming, it roars, and then you do the whole thing where it pans over to where everybody's looking at, and then you just pan up to the reveal. And this is where you fully reveal the guy. It's Godzilla. And then then Godzilla roars, and then they initiate their giant fight. Meanwhile, Jenny's gonna be like totally trying to get all the people out, try to get them to safety, where this unstoppable kaiju matchup is happening behind them. Meanwhile, I'm actually gonna start drawing Jenny here. I should probably make it a different color so I can actually see what I'm doing here. There we go. It will not be this thick line and stuff. It'll be like a proper Teenage Robot style once it's all said and done. But anyway, so she's trying to save people from this whole kaiju fight that's going on. I'm trying to remember how it ended now. So that would be the whole like setup. That's how we'd see it happen. It would be more so like, if you're a Godzilla fan, there's some series where he's treated more like an anti-hero. There's more where he's like a hero. There's more where he's like a villain. This would be going the more anti-hero route, where he's causing a bunch of destruction too, but he's also fighting the main other kaiju. So anyway, so the Godzilla would be fighting the kaiju. Jenny would be trying to save the day from all the people. And then, trying to remember how it would end. Once Jenny gets everybody to safety, she too starts fighting these kaiju and stuff. But I think she'd be fighting both of them. I don't think she'd be trying to attack just the one kaiju. She'd be trying to attack Godzilla too. So it'd be like a Jenny versus Godzilla versus this random other kaiju thing. And eventually, I'm fairly certain Godzilla would take care of the other kaiju, kill it. But now Jenny still has to deal with Godzilla here. So then something would happen, would probably be like a building would fall over, something significant would happen. Something would fail, like some anti-kaiju weapon or something would fail, and the day seems lost or something. And then you just have a montage not a montage. That's a wrong word for it. A sequence where Godzilla is like starting to attack city blocks or something, or starting to plow through his own buildings and stuff after this kaiju is taken care of, only to be like halted by Jenny or something, or like they I'm trying to remember what they did. This is going really far back. I'm trying to remember how I resolved this thing. She would do something would happen. She would do something like barraged Godzilla with a bunch of her own artillery, like fire, like an all-out attack mode, fire everything she's got. I'm trying to do a perspective thing. That's why Jenny is so big right now. This is a really bad drawing because I'm not used to this program at all. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, she would fire like all her artillery at him, and at that point, Godzilla would be like, it'd be like that whole explosion, giant explosion thing, and Godzilla would finally just like would slow down and stop, and there'd be that giant stare down where I'm trying to do a new layer for this, where Godzilla's eye would be like right here, like and Jenny looking down, and then Jenny would be like right here. Oh my god, and then she'd be like standing on a building or something. Not on his face. But yeah, so at that point they'd have that stare down, and then instead of like fighting any further, Godzilla would just like slowly turn around and then just slowly start walking back into the water and then swimming away. And then that would and then there'd be like a quick resolve with whatever the human plot was going on. With Brad or Jenny or whatever, there'd probably be a subplot with humans and stuff, because that's how you usually do with these stories. And you'd resolve that, and then that'd be the end of the episode. That'd be the crappy Nathan's fan-made Godzilla versus Jenny fan fiction episode plot, which I rightfully canceled a long time ago. I'm never going to see the light of day. So what do everybody think of my stupid Godzilla versus Jenny episode idea?
Yeah, wow. You're showing something.
So enraptured by it. I was totally paying attention through the whole thing.
I'm like, oh, wow, that's a big shock.
Yeah. It's really stupid.
That is so... fan fiction.
I'm currently sketching, because I am going to do this, because this is, I want to do, just in celebration of the new movie, I'm going to do like once I figure out this Photoshop deal, I am going to do like a, I did one a long time ago, where a crossover of Jenny, I keep drawing the lights so stupid huge, where Godzilla was in Tremorton or something. But in accordance with the new movie, since I'm a huge fan of Godzilla, I'm just going to do a cool Jenny versus Godzilla art piece, and then call it a day. Never mention it again. Nico Arsenis 2 asks, quick question, how many episodes will there be in the new series? In the season 4, at least, there will be 13 quote-unquote total episodes, but a lot of them are split down the middle into 2 different stories. So yeah, 13 total, but like I said, they're all kind of split down the middle, so it's really technically about 26, 24. I think the official count is 24 because there's 2 specials in there. Yeah, official count's 24. Stories, at least 24 stories, 13 episodes. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Creepypasta, save Mothra. I can't wait till they do that with Godzilla versus Kong, where Kong says Mothra and Godzilla whizzes out because he says Mothra. You say that name? trying to. Come on, GIMP.
Me personally,
There.
I can't wait for the like and followers remake.
What? I'm trying to. Can I move that, please, GIMP? No, that's not how it. Edit, cut, edit. What? Why isn't this working? Oh, there we go. Edit, paste. Now we can move. There we go. I wanted to move that leg up there. There we go. So I can on this side. I can. This I am not liking this. I don't like GIMP anymore. It's a good starting program, but I've gotten too used to Photoshop now. This is really awkward for me.
Why not? Why not Krita?
What'd you say?
Why not Krita?
What's Krita?
The art program.
I've never heard of it. I'd have to test it out.
It's Krita, actually. Krita.
Maybe something like that. Maybe have her cheat her foot. I also don't like how this GIMP seems to save your brush size for both your pencil and your eraser. So if you have a different brush size for both, or you can't, it's all one brush. And you just kind of swap from paintbrush mode to eraser mode, which is a little annoying.
Check again.
All right, let me look at this Krita thing. Brightburn. I still haven't seen it. I want to see it. It looks awesome.
Oh,
What's that program called? I'm sorry, Nick. Krita.
Krita. Krita.
Krita.
Unfortunate. What I'm looking at right now.
Is there a cartoon episode trope that you hate and vow never to do in Rebooted?
Yes, there's a lot.
Several, yeah.
I have a list of them that I hate. I hate body swap episodes where some character swaps bodies.
Finally, somebody agrees with me about that.
No, no. It's okay because it's a question. I hate it when there's a character and hates another character randomly for this opening, like your life sucks, or no, I'm sorry, my life sucks, and you don't know what it's like, and the other character's like, no, my life sucks, and you don't know what it's like, and then some Freaky Friday thing happens where some device or some monster or some magical spell makes them swap bodies for some reason, whatever reason. They're like, and for some reason they never swap voices. They never swap voices. Which would make total sense since your voice box isn't part of your mind; it's part of your throat. So if they swap minds and they swap bodies, they should swap voices too. But you never see them do that in cartoons. For some reason, their voices swap too.
Except Kim Possible one time.
Did Kim Possible do it properly?
What, with the vocal, like Ron's and Kim's body with Ron's voice, and then Kim and Ron's body with Kim's voice? Yes.
Okay, yeah, then they didn't do it right. If I were to ever be forced into a body swap episode, I would at least have it so the...
Oh, wait, Dragon Tales. Yeah, Dragon Tales did it right, too. Like...
I would, if I were to ever forced into a body swap...
It's still the same, but it just...
If I were to do it right, if you're going to do a body swap episode right, at least have the character keep their voice. Like say, all right, just an example. Brad swaps places with swaps minds or swaps bodies with Jenny. It would still be Jenny's voice, only it would be Brad's mind. That's how you do a body swap episode. That's how you do it. Because that's where... That makes sense. It doesn't make sense how they swap voices too. Anyway, so they swap bodies and they swap voices, whoever the standard sub-trope cartoon thing, and then they go throughout their day. They usually start screwing up the other person's day just to be dicks. So they start failing classes on purpose. They start wearing outfits that look stupid on purpose and they start screwing up their relationships with people on purpose because these two characters randomly turn into complete total dicks.
Reboot needs more clowns.
And then they start feeling bad about what they did, and so they go back and start fixing things. And usually at this point, they'll learn like, oh man, I guess their life isn't so easy. I guess they do live a hard life. Maybe I should respect that. And then usually these body swap episodes have a 24-hour time limit before it becomes permanent for some reason. It's always 24 hours. And so it's like the nth hour. It's like 11 o'clock, before the 23rd hour before they have to swap, and they just swap in time, and then the device or whatever means that they swapped with to begin with either is destroyed or it swaps a villain with themselves. They make a villain swap in the background to end it on a funny note, and that's usually the end of the episode. And then the characters usually leave like, oh, I'm sorry it was so mean to you. I'm sorry it was so mean to you. Your life is pretty hard too. It's the same thing over and over again, and I hate those style episodes. And I'll go quicker on the other ones because I know I rambled a little bit on that. But the other ones I hate are the clone episodes where some character needs a lot of work done, and they're like, oh, how do I get all this work done? Let me clone myself. And they clone through magic or some device or something. Then they clone themselves, and the clones start doing all the work while the main character relaxes. Then usually there's a clone uprising, or there's or at least one evil clone or some crap like that. And they have to go fix all the clones. They have to go, destroy all the clones or make them merge back into one person. Meanwhile, while fighting the evil clone or the clone uprising or whatever. And there's usually a bit where like, which one's the real person? And then they have the black.
Which one do we shoot?
Which one do I shoot? And I never like those either. That's a mini thing I don't like. I don't like those mini which one do I shoot ones, because
good thing we don't have anything like that.
What I don't like about them is that they usually do have some idiot holding a gun. Which one do I do it? And then they make them ask some stupid question that makes them realize that, oh, it's you. And then they shoot the bad person. I hate, because if you're supposed to make the audience think like, oh, which one's the real person? If you're trying to make that effect, why throw it all away and have another character shoot the bad one? You just give it away. I have problems with it. I'll move on though. Anyway, what's another one that I really, really hate? I'm trying to think. There's another one. There was another one that I really don't like in cartoons. I'm trying to think of them right. I'm trying to what general cartoon tropes. I'm really thinking right now. There's one that I know I'm missing one that I really hate. Oh, I thought of it. I got it. The Honey, I Shrunk the Blank, or the Honey, I Blew Up the Blank episodes, where the character gets real small and has to deal with being real small accidentally, or gets real big and has to deal with being real big, and they have to fix that. They have to run around in a small world, or run around with a being giant, and they eventually have to fix it by the end of the episode. I'm not a big fan of those because it's usually the same. They usually fight a mouse or a rat or a cockroach or something that's normally not threatening, but suddenly when you're small, it suddenly becomes a Tyrannosaurus with literally the Jurassic Park roar. I think that's like every single time they do it. They use a Jurassic Park roar, a T-Rex roar for the rat or the mouse thing. And there's always a rat and a mouse fight. Every time. I think it's without fail. I can go back and go see every single time. Danny Phantom, they did it with Family Guy recently. I think every single time, whenever they have a giant freaking rat, they always have a T-Rex roar come out of the rat. Why? Why is it a T-Rex? It's just a rat. Why is it sounding like a T-Rex? So yeah.
Check your DMs.
All right.
Mistress is
NCT is calling me out on my clone episode.
Clone episodes. She's calling out his your
Yes, calling me out. No, it's not. She's thinking. She's saying something that. She's calling me out about the clone thing.
Oh gosh, you too.
It's different. It's different. It's I can't go into details, but it's different. It's the whole point of being different. That's the whole thing. Anyway. What's another episode that I'm not a big fan of? I think it's fun going through all these tropes that I'm not a big. These are episodes you'll never see. These are episodes you'll never see. You'll never see an episode where Jenny gets shrunk down to randomly. You'll never see an episode where she just randomly becomes giant. Not well. Let me put an asterisk on the giant Jenny thing. It would be one thing if it's like she has to fight something huge and they have to build her into something huge. Then it's like, then you're not doing the thing where it's like, oh no, I'm giant. Let me look how clumsy I am, knocking over things. How will I ever fix being giant? It's more like I have to become giant to go fight this giant thing. That's a little different. I'd be okay with that. I'd be totally against the idea though, where she just randomly becomes giant and she has to deal with being giant for a while. Shrunk down at the end of the episode. I hate those. Okay, so I guess Mistress just said that. Yes, in one of the episodes there's a who do I shoot moment, but we make fun of it. That's the point. Tisk tisk.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Anyway, moving forward. Time travel. I'm not such a big. I am against. No, yes. There's one time travel episode that I'm totally against. It's the Wonderful Life time travel story, where the main character's being a dick again and being like they're being horrible people, and then they're like some angel or some alternate body or something comes in and see like, hey, let's see what your life looked like without you, you know? Or no, I'm sorry. They don't start off being terrible people. They start off being like just grumpy, like, this world sucks. It'd be better off if I was dead or something, you know, something like that, some stupid saying like that. And then the Wonderful Life angel character or person, whatever, comes in like, oh yeah? What if we take a look at what your life would really be like if you didn't exist? And then they go through if you didn't exist, this character would be like this. If you didn't exist, this character would be like this. And this other character would be like this. This character might be better off. This character would be worse off. Yada, yada, yada. At the end of the episode, the main character goes, oh, wow, I guess my life does have meaning. And then it ends with him waking up from the dream and be like, or he or she waking up from the dream. Oh, it was all a dream. You were there, and you were there, and you were there. I guess my life has meaning. Yay! Oh, that reminds me. That's the other trope I absolutely despise. The dream episode. I hate
the Wizard of Oz episode, technically.
I hate dream episodes. I hate it when there's a character they do because they okay. I hate because dream episodes are cool if you do something really cool with them. Okay,
Did the original show Teenage Robot actually have the dream episode?
No, that was a date. That was not a dream episode. I'm talking about an episode where the entire thing is revealed to be a dream at the end. Good Lord, never do that when you're writing a story. Ever. Don't ever make the entire story you just told a dream.
Giant middle finger.
Yeah, it is a giant middle finger to the audience of like, whatever had happened, it doesn't matter because it was all a dream. there's even one of the Batman episodes, the great Batman the Animated Series has an episode where it falls victim to this, where it's like it's a crazy episode. It's only crazy because they're doing crap that they know they can get away with because they're about to reveal that it's all a dream, and it's just. Granted, there's a consequence at the end of that Batman episode, and granted that. Granted, like, there's a consequence to that dream they had. I guess so it's like they subvert it a little bit. But there's an episode in the Batman animated series where, I mean, I guess it was out in the 90s. If you haven't seen it at this point, I mean, that's shame on you, man. It's like one of the pinnacle animated series. Anyway, there's an episode where Batgirl dies. She falls off a roof, and Batgirl dies, and Commissioner Gordon finds out that Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. He's like, "Oh my God, Batman, you did this!" And so Commissioner Gordon starts hunting down Batman, arrests Alfred, because he finds out who Bruce Wayne is. He arrests Alfred. He invades the Batcave. He goes after Batman. I'm fairly certain. Batman tells Robin to just get out of here, run away, and that's where he just runs away. Robin runs away. This was not Tim Drake, by the way, not Dick Grayson's already Nightwing. Nightwing, by the way, I think also gets arrested. And then at the very end of it, Commissioner Gordon hires Bane to take care of Batman, and then Bane ends up fighting at the very end because Bane wants to kill Batman, and Commissioner Gordon, he wants to do things by the book because that's his deal. But he hires Bane to take care of Batman. Bane starts to want to kill Batman. Then Commissioner Gordon's like, "Oh no, don't kill Batman." And then, it's a three-way fight. And then they all fall off a roof. And then Barbara Gordon wakes up and it was all a dream. It's just, I hate that trope so much because you did all this crazy stuff, like, oh my God, this means so much for the series. Batgirl dying, Dick Grayson, at least, and Alfred getting arrested, Tim Drake running away. You're like, oh my God, where's it gonna go? And Batman falling from a roof with no means of saving himself, and you just wake up and you're like, oh, all that stuff you just saw was just a dream. Sorry. The one thing I'll give that episode credit for doing all that crazy stuff is that, yes, Luke Oliver, it was technically on fear gas, and that's what she was fearing. It was a nightmare from that fear, and when she woke up, it is heavily implied that off-screen she tells Commissioner Gordon that she's Batgirl to avoid all that. Like, that was the point of that episode, for Barbara to be like, okay, I'm Batgirl, Or at the very least, it's heavily implied that Commissioner Gordon already knew she was Batgirl, and he was okay with it. Like, a father knew, So at least that episode, it subverted a little bit that, at least it had some point. But usually those episodes don't have any point, and it's just a random dream episode that just interrupts the entire flow of the series. And then it's like, oh, it was all a dream, don't worry. And it's just, I hate that. But if you were to do a dream episode, I would look at Perchance to Dream, which is another Batman episode that did the dream episode right. That is how you do a dream episode good. Perchance to Dream. Batman wakes up and in an alternate world, and he explores his subconscious of like what this world would be like, And as you go along, it starts to become very clear that it's a dream. The audience can pick up that this is actually a dream that he's dreaming, but then it reveals on how this has all come to be, and it's just an exploration of Batman's subconscious, Bruce Wayne's subconscious. That's how you do a dream episode, and it's not like this whole bait and switch thing. Like, oh my God, it's so intense, but don't worry, it's just a dream. So that's how you do a dream episode. That's really cool. I like those. But I don't like it when you pull the rug off from underneath someone and it's like, oh, don't worry, it's just a dream. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough about cartoon tropes that I hate. Those are the episodes that you'll never see the reboot happen. You'll never see an episode where Jenny swaps bodies with someone or somebody swaps bodies. You'll never see an episode where someone wakes up from a dream and the previous episode never happened. And you'll never see an episode where, or the other two I rambled about. The cloning episode, you'll never see a cloning episode where they have to deal with clones. And then you'll never have to see whatever the fourth one was I was talking about.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, whatever it was, you'll never see it.
It's a Wonderful Life, the time travel thing.
Right, yes, that's it. There's the time traveling, It's a Wonderful Life one. I don't like those either. Time travel episode is only fun if you can actually go into the past and, like, that's the whole point. Time travel episode, you're supposed to have fun in the past. That's the whole goddamn point. Why do a wonderful life again? It's a Wonderful Life, only it's Teenage Robot. No. Have fun. Go in the past and have fun in the past if you're going to do a time travel episode.
I envy you.
Anyway.
Sometimes.
I want to see what I missed. These questions. Daydream Believer was not a dream episode. He did not wake up from all that. And it would be a trope if it was like if she woke up and it turned out this whole daydreaming episode where she had this daydream trip was all a dream. Then it would be that stereotypical, like, doesn't matter what we just did, it was all a dream, don't worry. It wasn't, though. It was a daydream episode where she gets stuck in dream mode and she starts seeing reality as that's different. That's not a dream episode. That's not the one I hate. It's an episode that focuses on dreaming and daydreaming, but it's not one that's like, don't worry, audience, it was all a dream. That's not happening. People are talking about the idea of a dream episode in Teenage Robot. I would love to do a dream episode in Teenage Robot, but it would not be the one where it wakes. Don't worry, it's all a dream. That sort of thing. It would be. I would take inspiration from that Perchance the Dream episode and have an exploration of whoever's sleeping subconscious. And there's like, because another one did it. Another one, The Batman. They had an episode where they had to pull information out of Joker, right? He would not give it up. And so they had to go into his mind, which is it's not really dreaming, but it's kind of entering a dream state, exploring his subconscious, going in there. That's really cool. And if I were to ever do a dream episode, that's what I would do. I would be like, you're exploring their subconscious. You're entering a world that is like completely different from the reality that's out there because it's all in this person's, whoever the main character is, subconscious. That's awesome. I love those episodes because it gets so weird and cool and like you can do so much. You can do things you'd never be able to get away with in the actual series. You know what I mean? Those are cool. I just don't like episodes that make it seem like it's all a normal day in suburbia and then they pull the rug out from underneath you and say, oh, it was all a dream. Don't worry. I don't like those. Anyway. Do one.
Anyway.
Yeah. Do one with Vexus. I don't know what that means. Any questions that I missed? No, there's no clone episode. There's just we make fun of the trope. I mean, I guess Mr. MCP spoiled it. MCP, we make fun of the trope where which one do I shoot at one point. But we don't encourage it. That's the point of the moment. We're making fun of it. But I won't go into what happens. That's even more spoilers. But we make fun of it. It's not. You'll see. You'll see. Just wait for it. I'm defending myself here, so I'm not a hypocrite. Anyway. All right. What's your question about the baguette? Professor Mallingtons?
About episodes where the main character is like stuck in a game or the internet or something.
I mean, it's a trope, but you can have it. No, I'm okay with that. You can have a lot of fun things with that. You can have a lot, yeah. You can have a lot of fun stuff with that. I'm not too keen about them getting stuck in the internet.
Yeah.
I feel the internet specifically, like getting stuck in the internet. I feel like that's been done to death. About how many Adventure Time,
Fairly Odd Parents did it.
Fairly Odd Parents did it.
South Park.
Powerpuff Girls, South Park, regular show. Getting stuck into the internet, I feel like, is a trope that I think is done to death at this point. All the jokes that have been written. You can't do it anymore. But being stuck in an alternate reality, like a video game or, you know, some book, or like getting sucked into some world, that depends, because you can have fun with that. You can have there's a lot of room for creativity there. I just think getting sucked into the internet is a little tropish nowadays. Let's see. Yeah, we could make fun. See, if I were to make be a Professor Mounting things, but then you can make fun of the artists of, like, you know, like some of the, you know, the bad art out there. Yeah, you could, but I feel like you could work that way into just a general episode rather than just making an entire episode just to have that one joke of like, look at this bad fan art, you know, or look at this adult art that's like it's censored. I feel like you shouldn't make an entire episode based around one joke. Then you get old. You gotta have a little bit of a plot going on first. But hey, that'd be a funny joke if we can just find a way to work it and make it work in another episode. Becca T, or maybe episodes where the main character loses memories. That's a trope. It doesn't annoy me as much as other people, but I see it as, if you're going to do it, you have to make sure that the memories lost actually have an impact on the episode. Like, the biggest problem with those episodes where the main character loses their memory and you're like, oh no, they lost their memory, is that they go through the crap of, like, they go through the step-by-step restoration process where it's like, we have to reintroduce you to every single person ever. And that's how they usually regain their, or they get hit on the head again, and it's all said and done. It'd be different if their memory loss actually affected the plot. Like, in fact, we haven't. Did we reveal 404, the plot of that?
No, we didn't, because that's very spoilery.
No, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I want to read the synopsis of 404.
But I guess it doesn't get like really spoilery until the end.
Yeah,
the very end.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna go into what's at the end, but yes, we did reveal. Okay, so there is, in 404, the whole plot is that Jenny's memory hard drives get damaged, and they have, but see, so it's basically a memory loss episode, but it's not following the trope where she, like, oh no, she forgets everything. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know. She knows who she is. She knows, like, you know, I'm me. I don't have amnesia. I just, like, it's like, I mean, it's not spoilery because it's just this is the basic plot of the episode. It's like everything from the first 5 years of her life has been wiped. Her crime fighting skills, her deep her friend relationship with Brad. She remembers who she is, though. Like, she knows who she is and what her purpose is as a robot and stuff. It's just like everything from Did I say 5 years? No, that's too far back. Everything from seasons 1 through 3 to that point had been wiped, and that's like the plot of the episode. And then but the plot is that she has to still deal with crime and stuff, and still has to fight as if she never lost her memory. And that's like what she has to overcome in the episode. And that's what she has to, I'm trying to not spoil it for you, but like the whole plot is that she has to overcome this little setback of her memory drive being damaged. And it's all automatically it sets up like it's restoring. It's not like permanently damaged. It's like, not like, oh no, she'll never remember those memories again. It's just like, no, they were just damaged and they're currently restoring. It's currently backing itself. It's like, it's currently like rejuvenating that hard drive that was damaged, and she'll be good as Rain in a little bit. But currently she's got to fight some crime and she doesn't know how to do that. So she has to figure out some other method of doing it. So it's like, that's the plot of that episode. That's like, it's the message being like, memory is the key. And again, I'm not giving away the ending because something big happens in the ending. But yeah, there's a point to that. It's not an episode where it's just someone gets hit on the head with amnesia and you're like, oh no, I'm going to go throughout my whole day not knowing what my purpose is. Who am I? Am I something different? Who are you? Da, 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 da. It's not that episode. And she doesn't, and it's not resolved. I promise you, it is not resolved. She doesn't just get hit on the head again and she's all good as Rain. No, there's a specific way of how her memory is restored. Anyway. Mr. Creepypasta, yes, she is 5 years old, but I didn't mean that she forgets all 5 years of her. She didn't like wake up and go, happy birthday, you know? There's a point, there's a cutoff. Like there's a specific, like, from this point backwards, she still remembers, but from this point forwards, she forgets. You know, she doesn't recall this anymore because her memory drive has been damaged. But yeah, so that's like, it's not the same episode of like the whole hit on the head trope of, and she has to get hit on the head again, and it's not the same. It's more so setting up something else in the episode more than anything else. It's more so about Jenny having interacting with another character is the whole point of it. But I'm not going to go into any more details. But the whole point is elsewhere. Anyway. Chainsaw ESX. Imagine a teenage robot was rated age 18 plus. I mean, it would work.
I could see it as 14 plus, but not 18 plus.
I would say, yeah, it's not the same when you have like characters swearing, or so you have like graphic nudity or something. What you would find in an 18 plus show. It's not the same. That's not Teenage Robot. Teenage Robot's more family friendly. More about family-friendly action and adventure stuff, about like a robot fighting crime and trying to fit in as a robot. It's not supposed to be like, oh, you want to go down to the drugstore and get some booze? It's like, no, that's not Teenage Robot.
If they were to do like a 14 plus version of Teenage Robot, I can see it just having like a lot of ultra violence and maybe some like mild cussing, but
Yeah,
18 plus is more reserved for like that really adult stuff.
Yeah, I can totally see a PG-13 Teenage Robot. That, like a superhero type of deal, like one of the general Marvel movies, they're all PG-13. One of those like types of styles movies of just like only Teenage Robot, I can totally see that. Where they are allowed to have a few different cusses here and there, but they're allowed to have more gratuitous action and stuff like that. I can see that. But not rated R 18 plus. That's not Teenage Robot's deal. That's like if you had a rated R. What's a good example if that doesn't work? A rated R Lion King or something. It's like you could, but that wouldn't be the point.
But why would you?
Why would you do that? Anyway, tournament arcs and episodes, Green Gold. I guess it's another trope. It depends. Tournament seasons, I mean, yes, it's a general trope, but there's so much you can do with a tournament. If it's a tournament you've seen before, then yeah, it's really boring and it's old. Like, I'm fairly certain there was a couple Pokemon seasons that, like, the entire season was just a tournament, and it was so boring because it was just Pokemon battle after Pokemon. But it's like, it's the same stuff, you know? Oh no, Ash has to go up in the finals. We have to battle this person to move up in the finals. Da, 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 da. And it's just the same battle over and over again.
How bad is it?
Only different Pokemon, you know? It's like, it's just same deal. It's just over and over. That's boring as hell. But if you were to do a tournament episode or a tournament arc, or like you're doing a tournament where each new event is new and fresh, and like they have to do something new to overcome to the next stage, that can be interesting. That can be something cool. But if you're just doing a tournament arc where it's the same battle over and over again, and you're just going through, and you're not changing the fight style at all, you're not changing the environment, you're not changing anything, but because I think Jimmy Neutron, one of the coolest episodes, was basically a tournament episode, the game show episode. That was so cool. It was, and it was basically a tournament. It was all these people. You had to go up these finals and being eliminated and stuff and get to the semifinals and everything like that, all leading up to the final battle or whatever. But what they did with it was that every event was something different. You know, it was something like, in this event, we're going to do all this big maze thing. In this event, we're going to have like a race. In this event, there's going to be a gladiator match. And it's like, you can do stuff differently with tournaments. And that's where it's like awesome. But if it's just like Pokemon, where it's like every single match is a Pokemon battle, or every single match is another fight, it's so boring. That's where it's boring. Anyway. Oh, yeah, and that's the ironic thing. In a PG-13 movie, you are allowed one F-bomb. That is a specific...
We kind of have our own version of the F-bomb.
Yeah, we made up our own swear in a couple episodes it's dropped. It's like...
And I absolutely hate it.
I guess only the villains say it every once in a while, but it's like... It's rust me. Ah, rust me.
Rust you.
Ah, rust you.
It's like actually painful for me to hear. Like, it's funny once, but we have it like 5 times.
It's not, no. I don't think we use it. No. I remember one specific use of it, but after that, I actually think it's not very much used anymore. I don't recall it ever being used after that, to be honest.
We got it in Activation Day.
Yeah.
And we got it in, what was it? The Next Gen console. That's the only 2 I can think of now that I think about it.
I do not remember it being Next Gen console. I guess it's there if it's there, but I don't remember it. But it's like how Transformers Prime.
I don't know if it's actually used in the other episodes, though.
It's like how Transformers Prime had their own swear. It was scrap. Like, scrap. That's because it's a quick way. It's a quick way. It sounds nice. It rolls off the tongue. It's like rust me, scrap, and that sort of thing. Just so you don't have to actually say a swear and get in trouble with censors and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I know. Rust doesn't have the same.
That's exactly my thinking.
Yeah.
And it's
that's why we don't use it.
Say, don't use. Please don't try using trendy things like in the Powerpuff Girls show.
Oh no! Hell no! No.
Oh,
no.
That's work. That's work.
Yeah, no one's gonna twerk. No
Oh,
one's gonna make a
God.
duck face.
Oh,
No one's gonna let
no.
you do any of that cringy crap.
Oh, that's a sexual act.
Anytime we have a modern twist in an episode, it's more about like the changing times. You know, like there's an episode that plays on a new music genre, like a new genre of music has come to town, and it's not like. So it's like it's kind of explore, and it's like it's that idea of this new thing coming to town and overtaking the old. And then there's another episode, the journalism episode, the Adventures in Journalism, where Mudslinger comes to town and he's released from prison. But the subplot is that there's also at the same time newspapers are going the way of the dodo, and the episode opens with like you see the newspaper business fading away until the Mudslinger comes into town, and like he comes at like I'm gonna be, and he comes to town, but he finds that the newspaper industry is all gone. What is he gonna do? He doesn't have a job anymore. So so whenever there's like a modern twist to these episodes where we introduce something modern that's happening in the current day, or at least what will happen in the eventual future, like the newspaper thing, it's always like essential to the plot, and it's not just like, oh guys, let's make a duck face and post it on Instagram or something. Or did you see my meme that I made? Those are awful. I hate those.
So we're not gonna give Jenny like a retractable selfie stick.
Yeah, no. I mean, okay, I will say this. Taking a picture of yourself is not cringeworthy. It's saying the word, let's take a selfie and post it on Instagram /Facebook / insert social media here. Why do you do that? It's like, look, I guess
I mean, it is a part of like teenage culture.
It is part of teenage culture nowadays, but it's just like hearing it in a series, in a TV movie or a movie, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just why? Don't do it. There's more subtle ways of doing it than literally have. I guess that's why it sucks. That's why it sucks. It's because you are literally taking a moment to have a character say, let's take a selfie and post it on social media. Who the hell says that in real life? No one. They're just
no one really says it. They just do it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, wait. Let's take a picture real quick. And then they take a picture, and then that's the end of it. They don't make a big deal out of it. They just like, hey, let's take a picture real quick. Hey, right here. And then they do it. And then that's it.
Trust me. And now they say the word selfie. Index 3, for example.
I rarely hear
the time to take selfies with my mom. That's the exact line of the English dub of Index 3 episode 1. Oh gosh!
I never hear about them bragging about. I never hear someone in real life bragging about. Let's post it on Instagram. Let's make a cool story. Let's post it on Facebook. Hey, duck face. Everyone make a duck face. No one. No one screams that. That's why it's so cringeworthy in those TV series and movies that do it, because no one does that. It's you're never gonna see that stuff. And yeah, Brit and Tiff's slang will be kind of updated. They're not gonna use this stuff like badunka dunk again, but like
what?
They did that. They did that because that's an early. But they won't be using like.
It's funny.
Did we mention the show was written in 2003?
Yeah. Exactly.
Dog. What was that?
No, like, it's an early cartoon 2000 cartoons. But they're fucking dated.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I know. Oh gosh, just
I agree with Mistress actually. I know it's cringy, but I think it would kind of fit her character.
Yeah, I know. I just I don't want to do it. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to do
not
it.
in a cringy way, just like in a casual way.
Laugh constantly.
I don't want to do an episode where,
yeah, not like a whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think we have a lot of episodes that can technically be classified as addiction episodes in this new season 4. So season 5, I kind of want to check out of addiction episodes. So
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
They're not all addiction. That's not like there's just some episodes that have individual addiction elements. The main plots are not based on that addiction element. It's based on something else, but they just have some addiction elements in it. I don't know. That's one thing that we do have to talk about when we hit season 5 is like where Jenny's going to be at the end of these series, like what she wants to do when she's like an adult and what she wants to do later on in life. That'll be an interesting
First robot president.
There you go. But then you have to ask yourself, would they wait until she's legitimately like she was built 35 years ago, or would they wait until she has the mind of a 35-year-old? Because she's got the mind of a 16-year-old or like a mind of a 16, 18-year-old right now, but she was built 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So to be the president of the United States, you have to be 35 years old. So is it like a mental thing or is it like an age thing? Yes, Caldrion. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's like okay. There we go. I deleted it.
I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're just about the 2-hour mark. Sorry, I couldn't draw anything really cool. I guess this is you got your sketch for the upcoming thing that I'm going to release just in celebration of the King of the Monsters because I'm a huge Godzilla fan. Like, all right, look, Teenage Robot. I love it. It's a great. I love it as a series, but nothing will ever top my love for Godzilla. I'm sorry.
We know.
Huge fan of Godzilla. It's my number one thing I'm a fan of. But so it's just a quick little celebration thing for myself. That I'll draw. But anyway,
What are you talking about?
So again, though, I'm sorry that this is not I didn't draw anything really awesome this time around. But I'll have something cool posted in a little bit. So, or in the upcoming days. Random question, Speedhawk. Yeah, final questions. Speedhawk 58. Random question: do you think Nora has Jenny backed up somewhere? No. At least the way we're treating it is that Jenny's one of a kind, and if her processor, if her like internal functions are destroyed beyond repair, that's it. She's quote unquote dead. She like her memory hard drive gets damaged. How do they replace it? They don't just have a backup of Jenny laying around. There's this whole process that's going to be, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it. So if like she gets destroyed, that's it. That's game over. That's Jenny is now dead. Because if we have a backup of Jenny just laying around, you got the problem of, oh well, now whatever fight she's in has no stakes. If she gets damaged and destroyed, oh well, we can just build another one. There has to be some stakes. There has to be like how Batman is so successful, for crying out loud, is how he's more successful than Superman. Superman, unfortunately, has the Superman syndrome where he's too powerful for his own good. He comes across a random bad guy. Usually, he's okay. He doesn't have to worry about being killed. The ones where it gets interesting is where he has to deal with like Lex Luthor or Brainiac or something where it's a massive, where it's either Lex Luthor's case, he has a thing that will damage Superman, kryptonite, or in Brainiac's case, it's a threat that threatens the entire world. And it's not so much you're worried for Superman's sake, you're worried for the world's sake. But meanwhile, Batman, any situation he's in, where it's a random mugger, where it's the Joker, or it's a world-ending event, every single one of those situations, he can die because he's just a guy in a suit at the end of the day. And that's where it's like intriguing. So if we just make Jenny an overpowered robot that can be rebuilt to whatever specifications, whatever, she gets completely vaporized, oh, don't worry, we have a backup, we can just rebuild. Then you make every point in Teenage Robot pointless. or I'm sorry, you make every fight in Teenage Robot pointless. It's like, why we know how it's going to end. Why should we be engaged? So no, I don't know in terms of the original series if she had a backup of Jenny laying around, but in terms of our series, Jenny's one of a kind. She cannot be rebuilt if she's destroyed. Any other last-minute questions? Does Jenny run Mac OS? No, she has a CyberCell 19 language processor system, operation system, whatever it's called. But that it does have the Mac startup noise, I think. I think there was an episode that Jenny had the Mac startup noise, wasn't it?
I don't use a Mac, so I wouldn't know what that is.
I can't remember. I don't know. It might be confusing with Wally. Yeah, I'm confusing with Wally. I'm sorry. No, I guess no. I guess the answer is no. Mac. Jenny does not run on Mac. She runs on CyberCell 19 language. And her startup noise, I don't think is. I think she has a startup noise, but she does. I don't think it is a Mac. I don't think it is a Mac startup noise. Anyway,
it's similar to a Mac, though. It's similar to a Mac.
Yeah, it's like a similar, just like a little ping, you know. But I don't think it is a startup noise. Pepsi 1997. How are you liking the transformation catalog in the Discord? The what?
People like logging all of Jenny's
yeah. That's going great. I think it's a good resource. I think it's like once you're all done going through all those episodes, I think it'll be a nice. Well, it'll be a nice reference point because at that point, I legit want someone to, like. I mean, I guess I can pitch into it with help out. I don't want to like sit, but I want to be like build the actual manual of XJ9, just going back and looking at all those episodes, make it chapters and make it like sections and have little graphs of like those weapons, and whatever she's gotten there, and take account of every single little utensil, even if it's like in one of those massive transformation moments where she's like, look at all my weapons, and she's got all these different things. I want someone to go in and be like, okay, so this looks like a plasma thing. That's clearly just a utensil fork. And now over there, that's clearly just a blender. And so like even in those mass array of things, I wanted like someone to catalog that. So you going back and making note of whenever she transforms is a good way of starting that. Because now we'll have a moment in every single episode where we note her abilities, note her transformations. We won't be able to miss one. So, and then we can go back and just go through that image posting thing and just go like, okay, so, and make the checklist and make the list. So yeah, going cool. Will Nico Arsonist 2 will Activation Day mark the first appearance of XJ10? No, we have no plans of XJ10. Activation Day is a prequel. It's the activation of XJ9. Skipper, yeah. We'll take the Microsoft account. We'll just skip to right to XJ11. Skip over, although they skipped over Windows 9, didn't they? Yeah. Whatever.
I think 8.1 is technically Windows 9. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like Windows 9.
Currently we have no plans for XJ10 because it's the whole thing where technically for XJ10 to exist, you have to answer the whole why would Dr. Wakeman build XJ10 if she has XJ9? Isn't XJ9 good enough? Is she replacing Jenny as a daughter? Or is she replacing Jenny as a crime-fighting superhero? If so, then oh my god, that is kind of the entire point of the series of being XJ9 being a superhero. You're uprooting stuff, and it's just, it's, I don't know. And plus, it also kind of plays in with the evil clone episode, which I'm not a fan of. Even though it is kind of technically a new character, so I guess it's not exactly an evil clone thing, but you know. Oh well. Any other questions? Chainsaw ESX, have you recorded any voice lines at all? Yes, a lot of them. We're not done yet, but we have a couple episodes that I think are completely recorded, but there's a few that we have yet to go. But yes, we have plenty of episodes that are that have plenty of voice work already done. And with that, I don't think there are any other questions. Oh, here, Nicholas Hoots. Is the new theme song finished? It's written. It is not done instrumentally wise. It has not been sung yet, so it's almost there. It's just got to be done instrumental, and then we just tell the person who's going to be singing it, "Hey, sing it now, thank you," and then then it'll be done. But it's written. We have the lyrics done. Didn't Jenny go through a toddler stage when she was activated, according to Humiliation 101? The way we're treating it is that was when Wakeman was developing XJ9's AI. We are seeing when activation day begins, we see the final product, XJ9 activated. Because there was that she went through that steampunk mode where she was operating on Steam. There's all those different stages, and yeah, there was that toddler AI. We were treating it like that was her AI developing, and it wasn't like XJ9 herself. Like that was her first. You know what I mean? That was like the way we're treating it is that those early stages, those early pictures, it was when Dr. Wakeman was developing XJ9's AI, and so when her new body comes in, her final body, which is the body we all know and love. That sounded completely wrong. That came out completely wrong. I apologize for that. The appearance we all. Oh my God, that someone's gonna sound clip that, and good Lord, I'm gonna have to scrub that in the editing, post edit. We're treating it that those early stages of her development were AI development, and then when activation day is like her final design. Will you post a song when it's done? Yes.
Yes, we will.
Before you'll hear the song the song before you see the final episode. Professor Mounting's big question of the decade: when is the first episode? When it comes, we want to have the animatic out and people watching it done by the end of summer. As for the official final episode, yeah, we're trying. It's a hobby. We're trying. As for anything else, I think that's it.
Can the reboot have a 16:9 format?
Oh, that one's to be said. We're having a new debate about that, about whether or not we want to keep the 14 or the 4:3 format or the 16:9, or we want to upgrade to 16:9. We'll get back to you on that. Say Green Gold, quick question for next stream. So yeah, save that for the next stream. Remember that, because I don't think any of us will remember that. Anyway, so yeah. Professor Mounting's and the Animatic. I want to make that clear. The Animatic, not the final episode. Please make that clear, everyone. The Animatic. Thank you. Okay. All right, everyone, we're going to wrap up here. So see you guys on the next live stream, which should be on a normal Sunday, the last Sunday of June. So see you guys then. And yeah, it should be June 30th. So thank you guys for coming down. Sorry I didn't have my proper Photoshop installed and I drew kind of crappy drawings this time around. Next stream, I should have something sorted out for that. See you guys, everyone. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Deuces.